My artwork reflects the places where I have lived and traveled most of my life, and many of those places I have lived along a major migratory bird route between the Canadian and the snow geese. And the previous one was the dancing of the birds. I've spent a lot of time in Scandinavia, and this is a shot of the Barents Sea. And what is so attractive to me there is a minimalist landscape, and particularly the light. This one, Meltwater, is a shot of the Barents Sea. It is under the dock is a soundtrack of water that is runs off a solar panel, and it says, "Are we just enjoying another day at the beach or watching the polar ice melt?" I want to make sure that you can read too. For the last 18 years, I've lived along the North Branch River, where I've hiked and snowshoed in the woods and meadows. And I love the contrast between my cultivated garden and the wild garden. And it is here that I came to more fully appreciate and understand the larger ecosystem of the four seasons. The catalyst for my artwork is the land, whether we see an untouched landscape or space altered by the human habitation. These are bronze seeds. My artwork has developed through noticing details, discovering beauty and tragedy, collecting marks and making new ones, making a collage of time and place, and creating intersensory experiences using video and sound. Sometimes the work is made in response to current crisis, such as this piece, The Nest Egg, made in response to the economic collapse. I spent quite a bit of time searching for the most thorny, long thistled thorn apple branches I could, and I made this nest that is nestled with eggs that are covered with shredded money, called Protecting Your Nest Egg. Spending so much time next to a river, and I lived on the North Branch River for 18 years and saw the river in all its mutations and excitements and beauty and meditation, and realizing that it can be so beautiful, and in just a flick of the eye, it can turn absolutely threatening. Rising, coming up. I have never seen water rise so fast. But water to me is also memory and myth and carries a lot of connotations. And it reflects nature, and nature is fragile, which I have discovered living on that riverbank for that long period of time. This is the river with a chemistry flask that is filled with water, suspended above the water. And, you know, it is so beautiful, and it was always so clear. But when it comes up fast, there is nothing so threatening as that high water. And boats or vessels are a natural when you live near the water. And either they are a vessel that is made for a physical journey, or in this case, for me, they are a metaphor that carry our hopes and dreams. much of my work is made from ephemeral materials, which refer back to the fragility of nature and people, because I think people today are as fragile as our nature is. Ghost Vessel. This was an installation called Spirit of Place, Landscapes of Identity, shown at the Plains Art Museum in Fargo, North Dakota. And that was a place of my, where I grew up and place of my birth there. But much of my work is made from ephemeral materials, which refers back to the fragility of nature. In this case, Ghost Vessel with the video projections and the chemistry flasks and these water bottles, by the way, were filled with water from the St. Lawrence out to the Atlantic and on to the Baltic and Barents Sea to mimic the currents of the Gulf Stream, which is a giant recirculation pump. And sightline, which you see there, not in this particular one, but in the previous slide, was an exaggerated tunnel vision with video and sound. And at the end of that exhibition, watching this big vessel in my studio occupying countless space, I decided to burn it, flying down the North Branch River. And it is about rebirth and metaphors into something else. And this installation you will see at the Coach Barn opening on October 9th.